Shakas, aloha crafty friends, it's Maka from Makaz Home. I'm back today with another video for the projects that I'm taking to the Stamp and Scrapbook Expo that's going to be here in Mesa, Arizona, September. It's in the middle of September. I don't know the exact dates. I just know it's not this weekend or this weekend or next weekend, but it is the weekend after that. So coming pretty close. Anyway, besides signing up for the Mega Make and Take event and then the all weekend crop, I also signed up for a card swap that's hosted by Dave. And if you've attended any of their expos, they have quite a few throughout the United States. But anyway, so Dave is hosting the card swap, and so you have to make 20 cards, but I think you have to make, it's either 21 or 22, because 20 for the swap, and then I'm not sure, so maybe it's only 21. Anyway, but I know I've made extra because in case I messed up, which happens a lot in my case. So this is the card and the sentiment that I am going to add to the card. Just kind of simple since I had to make a bunch of them. And then I'm also going to, I think you need to include a envelope, and I'm going to individually package them with the seal packaging. I don't know. But I'm also going to include a, what is that called? A little scanning code thing so that it'll take them to this video so they can watch all the products and everything I use to assemble the card they are getting. So yes, I started off with a base, just a white card stock, and it was 11 by 4.5 or 4 1/4. I'm sorry, 11 by 4 1/4, and then you score at the 5.5 mark and fold. So that's how you get your A2 size card base, which is here. I then took this green that I got from this paperback here from Michael's. It's called Sail Away. It has a number of different colors, and yeah, this green looks nothing like that green, but in any case, that's the green that came in the pack. So I cut this green down to 4 by 5 1/4, and then I got some of the salmon colored card stock, which is from the Stampin' Up, and it's out of Share What You Love, the cardstock pack. And I use this salmon or peach color. And this is cut 5 3/4, so it's just matted on the base. This I use a stencil for, this 6x6 stencil from Madeline, and I actually bought these last year at the convention. I got a couple of other ones as well, but this is the one I used. I started off on this panel that I have cut down. I believe they're just 5 by 5 1/4 by 4.5. So I used some distressed inks. Let me get those out. I didn't use the oxides. I used these. So 3 of these are from Rubbernecker and the one is from Stampin' Up. The colors I used were citrus, cherry cobbler, and that's what I used to color in this heliconia. And then the palm leaves and foliage, I use the grass and fern. Oh, I did use a I also used this early espresso from Stampin' Up! For the brown in the beginning of the leaves. Just, I don't know why I added that, but I did. Okay, so I just laid the stencil down. I got some washi tape and taped the stencil down to my table. Ooh, hot flash coming on. I need to turn on my fan. Hold on 1 minute. So sorry if you hear the background noise of the fan now. Okay, so I got this securely taped down. Let me try to see if I can move my mat so that you can see more of what I'm doing, but I really cannot. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the red first in the middle. In the middle section here. And then some of the orange on the outer end. That's one thing about, you know, because you're supposed to go in circular motions, but it has all these tiny pieces, so they end up lifting up on the stencil. Without gluing the stencil down, do you guys have any tips for that? So that's that one. I need some brown. Then we want to put the darker green closer to the middle of the leaves and the lighter green closer to the edge of the leaves. And the last one here. And I'm sorry if some of this is off of the camera, but hopefully the parts that's on gives you a good enough reference to what's going on. So I'm gonna want to go back in with the other green just to make it darker. Okay, let's see with the other green. Back to the grass. Okay, and that's all. That is it. That is it. So that's the panel that I made. let's pull it up, and then I just cut it down. I cut it down to 4 3/4 by 3 1/2, and I ended up with all of this scratch paper or scraps. I'm going to use probably down the road to make another card. I'm going to save them to do that. I also ended up with these scraps from cutting down the green paper, and the sentiments that I stamped on were the scraps from the peach base paper. So be watching out for that. Okay, so cutting it down to 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. And there you go. So like I said, that's the next layer. Like this. So, and then it goes on the card base, and then the sentiment, and then I will, you know, cut it off here. I might add some whatever it's called, some jewels, some gemmies to brighten this thing up. But also I just thought of, because I had it all crooked, what about that? That instead of it being all straight. Which way do you like better? I think I like this better. Just this looks boring. This looks more fun, right? I'm going with this one. And so I'm gonna tilt them all. So I just need to cut out more card bases and assemble them. Oh, and I did use the VersaFine ink for the Hello stamp, which I did get from the Stamps of Life. It was in their May 2022 Kit Club, which I'm a member of. So I got to use all my favorite stuff. I used to be a member of the Stamping Up paper pumpkin, is that what it's called? Pumpkin paper. Their monthly subscription, but nope, I don't do that one anymore. So yeah, so this is my card for the swap. If you're new here, welcome, especially if you're joining this video from the QR code from the Mesa Stamp and Scrapbook Expo. I'm glad that you're here. Please consider liking and subscribing and joining me on my crafty journey. For more videos like these, see here. And until my next video, shakas!